Difficult times ahead for Huawei smartphone users worldwide.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Google involuntarily ends their cooperation with Huawei, following a direct order from President Trump. The company had to cancel their Android operating system license for the Chinese tech company. The ban will probably come into effect in mid-August 2019. But what exactly does Google's decision mean for Huawei smartphone users? How free is the free Android operating system really? And what's Google's role in this? And what's going to happen to Huawei now? Let's take a look. With the beginning of the ban, there won't be any new Android updates available on Huawei phones. For Huawei users, this means their mobile phones will continue to work, but remain in their current state. Of course, you can still use your already purchased Huawei phone. Google has already stated that Google Play and the security protection from Google Play Protect will continue to function on existing devices. Even apps like Gmail and Google Maps will continue to run normally. Small security updates will also continue to be released. This is possible because the Android operating system is also available as open source software. That means that besides Google's official version, there's one that's available for free. Google publishes security updates on a monthly basis. A bit later, the updates are also released in Android's open source program. But that's only helpful to Huawei users in China, unfortunately. Outside of China, there's usually only an Android version available that must be licensed by Google. If you think, hey, I'll just return my Huawei phone, it's not that easy. Huawei hasn't commented on this issue yet, but if the smartphone manufacturer can continue to publish security updates, the chances for a refund are probably very small. If you consider buying a new Huawei mobile phone, you should know this. If the Android ban will be maintained, new smartphones probably won't come with apps like Gmail or Google Maps. And also, the Google Play Store will no longer be available. We're talking about Huawei phones from the next generation onwards. Of course, you can use your Huawei smartphone without using Google apps. Same goes for devices from other manufacturers. There are many alternatives. You have to decide for yourself if you can and want to live without Google Maps and other Google apps. The operating system Android was originally developed by American programmer Andy Rubin. Google bought his company in 2005 and 2 years later published the first Android version using a free software license. This means that everyone can read, use and share the code. Google uses a licensing model that is rather lax. Great! Anyone can use, change and share the software. Not so great. If you use and edit the software, you can keep the new source code a secret. That's what mobile phone manufacturers do. They take the Android program code and change it for their devices. Officially, new Android versions or updates are developed by Google and the smartphone manufacturers. In reality, however, Google employees write the updates. This means no updates without Google. Google's license ban therefore has a big impact on Huawei. If smartphone manufacturers want Android on their devices, they can't get past Google. The name and logo are protected by trademark law. On mobile phones that use Android, almost all Google apps are pre-installed. These include Gmail, Google Maps and the Google Play Store. But the tech giant also owns YouTube and Chrome. There's one thing we need to make clear. Google didn't cancel Huawei's Android license because they wanted to, but because the company had no legal choice. The US Department of Commerce decided to put Huawei on the so-called Entity List, a blacklist of companies that are not allowed to buy technology from US companies without the government's consent. This includes Google's Android license. By the way, Google is not the only company that has ended its cooperation with Huawei. Previously, chip manufacturers like Intel and Qualcomm had to put their business relations with Chinese companies on ice for the time being. Also, Facebook apps can no longer be pre-installed onto Huawei phones. The decision of the US government didn't come as a surprise to Huawei. The company announced some time ago that they've been working on their own operating system, in case they needed one. According to Huawei, their system will be launched in 2020 at the latest. However, every attempt to develop a new operating system has failed so far. Google's Android and Apple's iOS remain unmatched. for the time being. Funny enough, Google could now come to Huawei's rescue. The company is asking the US government for permission to stay in business with Huawei. This is why. With a new operating system on the horizon that could have more errors than Android, it could be easier for hackers to get access to it. And without a regulated business relationship, risks are higher. Google therefore wants the government to relax the rules or to completely lift the ban. So, the final decision has not been made yet. What do you think? Would the new developments prevent you from buying a Huawei smartphone? Or do you use other brands anyway? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you next time.
One.